Most people think the Japanese approach to food is about weight loss, but it's not. It's about something deeper. It's about the relationship they have with their bodies and how that relationship quietly shapes how they eat, move, and live. What's interesting is that many Japanese eating habits don't feel strict. They don't feel aggressive. They don't come from fighting the body. They come from listening to it. And that changes everything. Habit 1. In Japan, there's a well-known idea called hara hachibu. It means eating until you're about 80% full. Not stuffed, not uncomfortable, just satisfied. This habit isn't about discipline. It's about awareness. Instead of asking, "Can I eat more?" the question becomes, "How does my body feel right now?" When you stop eating at the first sign of satisfaction, you're sending a very different message to your body. You're saying, "I'm listening." Over time, the body learns it doesn't need to shout through cravings. It doesn't need to overreact, because it's being heard. Habit 2. In many cultures, food is labeled as good or bad, clean or dirty, allowed or forbidden. This creates guilt, and guilt creates tension. In Japanese culture, food is rarely treated as a moral issue. It's food, not a reward, not a punishment. When food stops being the enemy, the body stops feeling like something that needs to be controlled. This changes the relationship completely. You're no longer eating out of fear. You're eating out of care. And when guilt disappears, binging often disappears with it. Habit 3. Eating in Japan is often a single activity. Not eating while scrolling, not eating while rushing, not eating while thinking about the next thing. Just eating. This matters more than people realize. When you eat with presence, your nervous system stays calm. Digestion improves. Signals of hunger and fullness become clearer. You notice texture, taste, and temperature. You don't need to overeat to feel satisfied because satisfaction is already there. Habit 4. Japanese meals are often made up of smaller portions but more variety. Instead of one large, overwhelming plate, there are multiple small dishes. This naturally slows eating down. It creates pauses. And pauses are where awareness lives. When eating slows down, the body gets time to respond. Not with force, but with feedback. Habit 5. Maybe the most important habit of all is not about food at all. It's the underlying attitude. The body is not something to fight, not something to fix, not something to punish. It's something to cooperate with. When that mindset changes, behavior changes without effort. You stop asking, "How do I control my body?" and start asking, "How do I support it?" What's fascinating is that these habits don't come with pressure. There's no obsession, no constant self-monitoring, no endless rules. And yet the body often responds positively. Not because it's being forced, but because it finally feels safe. Maybe the real lesson here isn't about Japanese food at all. It's about relationship. When you stop fighting your body, it often stops fighting back. And when eating becomes an act of awareness instead of control, change happens quietly, without struggle, without drama, just through understanding. Thank you for being here and watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.